Hello, class 8 students. We have seen that Bassanio had come to Antonio to borrow 3,000 ducats, which he needed for the marriage to Portia. And not only that, he had but Antonio could not lend that money to Bassanio at that time, as he had no money with him, because all his ships were at sea. So they decided to go and ask the money from Shylock. And when they went to Shylock and asked for the money, Shylock started thinking that this was the opportunity to take revenge for all the misbehavior and ill treatment that Antonio had done to him so far, which he always bore with with a lot of patience. So when Shylock was thinking all these things, then Antonio once again tried to reconfirm and say that will you lend the money, Shylock? So that was the place where we stopped the other day. Now, Shylock, do you hear? Will you lend the money? To this question, the Jew replied, Signor Antonio, on the Rialto, many a time and often you have railed at me, that is, you have shouted at me about my monies and usuries. So you have shouted at me, you have accused me for my usuries, that is, I take very high rate of interest, and for the wealth that I have made. And I have borne it with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of our tribe. So I have just ignored it. Okay, I've just been patient and I've just ignored it. And because we are Jews, it's like we are born to suffer in that way. And then you have called me an unbeliever. That is, since I'm not a Christian, you said that I'm an unbeliever, that is, I don't believe in God. Cutthroat dogs spit upon my Jewish garments, and spurned at me with your foot. Spurn me means pushed me away with your foot, as if I was a cur. Cur means a dog. Well then, it now appears you need my help, and you come to me and say, Shylock, lend me monies. Has a dog money? Is it possible a cur should lend 3,000 ducats? Shall I bend low and say, Fair sir, you spit upon me on Wednesday last. Another time you call me dog, and for these courtesies I am to lend you monies. So now Shylock is talking of all the misbehavior of Antonio. He said that you have spit upon my garments, you have called me a dog. So can a dog lend money? Okay, and because you have ill-treated me, is it for that reason I should bow down before you and say that okay, Antonio, here is the 3,000 ducats, I give it to you. Should it be for that reason I should give you the money? And for all the courtesies, that is, it's ironical. Okay, so what he means to say is the misbehavior. Antonio replied, I am as like to call you so again, to spit on you again and spurn you too. If you will lend me this money, lend it to not to me as to a friend, but rather lend it to me as to an enemy, that if I break, you may with better face exact the penalty. So Antonio said, no way, do not lend this money to me as a friend, lend it to me as your enemy, and for say some reason I'm unable to repay the money, then you can give me any punishment that you wish. Why, look you, said Shylock, how you storm. I would be friends with you and have your love. I will forget the shames you have put upon me. I will supply your wants and take no interest for my money. So Shylock said, look, see how you are behaving. I've forgotten, how you have behaved with me so far. And I will lend you the money as a friend, okay? And I will take no interest for the money that I will lend. This seemingly kind offer greatly surprised Antonio. Antonio said, how is it possible that he is saying that he will lend the money and he will not take any interest? And then Shylock, still pretending kindness and that all he did was to gain Antonio's love, again said he would lend him the 3,000 ducats and take no interest for his money. Only Antonio should go with him to a lawyer and there sign in merry sport a bond that if he did not repay the money by a certain date, he would forfeit a pound of flesh to be cut from any part of his body that Shylock pleased. So once again, Shylock said that, no, trust me, I'm going to lend the money as, as a friend. And I'm not going to take any interest for the money that I'm lending you. But what you have to do is that you have to go with me and you have to, it's just a merry sport means just as a formality, you have to sign a bond. And what that bond contains is that if for any reason you are unable to repay the money within the given date, then I will forfeit a pound of flesh. Means forfeit means as a penalty, I will cut a pound of flesh from any part of the body that I like. Content, said Antonio, I will sign this bond and say there is much kindness in the Jew. So Antonio said, no problem, I will sign the bond. And I must say that, you're being much kinder to me. Bassanio said Antonio should not sign to such a bond for him. But still Antonio insisted that he would sign it, for that before the day of payment came, his ships would return laden with many times the value of the money. So Bassanio said that, look, please don't sign this bond, okay, because I can understand that there is some risk of your life, means your life is at risk in this bond. So Antonio said, don't you worry, much before the date of the repayment, my ships will come back and I will be very easily able to, give back the money. So you don't worry about that. Shylock, hearing this debate, exclaimed, "O Father Abraham, what suspicious people these Christians are. Their own hard dealings teach them to suspect the thoughts of others. I pray you, tell me this, Bassanio, if he should break his day, what should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable, profitable, neither as the flesh of mutton or beef. I say, to buy his favor, I offer this friendship. If he will take it, so, if not, adieu." So, now, Shylock made it very clear. Shylock is saying, see how you are thinking. He overheard the conversation between Antonio and Bassanio and says, see, Bassanio, you are so suspicious about everything. You tell me, what will I do with a pound of flesh from Antonio's body? Is it in any way very profitable to me? Rather, if I can take a flesh of a mutton or beef, I can, that would be much more beneficial to me. Okay, and a pound of flesh, even that is not, cannot be measured in that way. So I cannot understand, why you are so hesitant and why you are asking Antonio not to sign it. And then, he made it very plain that if Antonio signs the bond, only then I will give the money, else adieu. Adieu means goodbye, you can go. We stop here today. We'll do the rest of it in the next class. Thank you.